Morning all, here we go. A couple of points really worth a mention. One that's close to my heart. I go to Audacious Church in Salford and I volunteer helping the homeless. And obviously we can all see now it's cold again. And so I've asked once and I'll ask again, can people try and get together fleeces, denims, tracksuits, anything warm for the winter, male and female, but preferably male. We have more men, and either leave them at the church on Trinity Way, Salford, or just give me a message and I'll collect them. Talking to the homeless, Andy Burnham's back on the publicity bandwagon again. Vincent Company at City. Heart of Gold has promised his benefit match money to Manchester homeless. But what's he done? He's given it to Andy Burnham's charity. You can't get your breath. It'll be swallowed up with admin and absolute nonsense. And you know, Andy Burnham is supporting the police while they're serving notices on the homeless to stop them begging and getting them off the streets. If that rubs off on Vincent Company, it's going to do him more harm than good. So anyway, help with the clothing, please. Let's deal with that one. I've dropped Vincent a line just to put him in the picture, and hopefully he'll look at this as well. Anyway, good luck with whatever he does. It can't do any harm, but the least harm the better. And I'm afraid swallowing it up with Manchester Mayor's fund or one thing or another is not the way forward with that sort of money, Vincent. So God bless with that idea. Little mansion. If you like art, and I mean real everyday art, but original, you could do a lot worse than go and have a quick look at the Cheshire Art Gallery in Bramhall. They've got a show on for the next couple of weeks, but particularly Saturday, where they're launching with wine and snacks. And you'll see loads of local artists with some real works of art, but particularly Phil Ashley, who I've mentioned before. He does great views of Manchester Centre, Manchester City Ground, and all around Castlefield Wharfs and what have you. And they are fabulous works and they're not expensive. Even his originals are well within the pocket, but he does prints from them as well. So have a look at his website anyway if you can't go, Philip Ashley. But it's worth a visit. It's a great day out, and Bramhall's full of little bars, cheap eating and what have you, even across the road, just across the pedestrian lights. There's the Long Bar. You can get a plate, 3 plates of tapas for less than a tenner and a glass of wine. So it's a nice day out. And it's right opposite Village Square Shopping Mall at the pedestrian lights, so you can't miss it. Go and have a look. You'll enjoy it. Having ripped us off for years, Tesco have decided they can't win against Lidl and Aldi, so they're offering cheaper food, tins and what have you, produce, at, at the same sort of rates, but still not cheaper than Lidl and Aldi. But But they're throwing their hand in anyway. But you've got to ask yourself, why should you go back to Tesco now, having tried Aldi and Lidl? Where were they when you needed them? Why couldn't they have been cheaper then? They're selling the same stuff now, and it's going to be cheaper because they can't win the battle. So I don't think they're going to do it, Tesco. You're just going to waste the space, and everyone's still going to see the value and the con that you're trying to do. Well, you know, I just love this picture. It really does say it all, doesn't it? And now we've got more army headlines. Daily Express the other day as a change from the Mail, perhaps because they'd run out of them, to be honest. But anyway, headlines: May orders end to army witch hunt. And when you read it, they say they're going to work on getting all the soldiers from Northern Ireland who are facing prosecution pardoned and no further action. But then when you read the Mail, it's saying they can't do that because it's the law of the land and it has to go through its paces. So there you go. It's the same thing really as headlines: cannabis oil to be made legal. And then you get these poorly kids, 100 seizures a day, can't get cannabis oil. Another one in the news recently. They don't know what the hell they're doing, do they? And that's the Conservatives, crying out loud. Just think if Labour got their hands on it. All from the last little gem I wrote to the BBC Completes Department about Craig Revolwood and Bruno Toglioni cavorting about like a couple of bloody big girls, sexual gestures and innuendos, and perhaps not such innuendos, blatant bloody displays of homosexuality. So I complained, and they've written back. And they've said it's light-hearted banter. But I'll tell you what, when you watch the programme last Saturday, and probably this Saturday, they don't do it anymore. So they've had the wings clipped, and that Bruno's even got so sulky about it, he's turning nasty. He's like bloody Simon Cowell now, attacking the dancers. What next? Well, anyone would think I was homophobic, wouldn't you? Because, do you know, I'm just sick and tired of seeing stuff about Ruth Davidson and her husband, two of them. She's pregnant. Somebody's inseminated her. Must have nerves of steel. Anyway, but do you think she was the only one ever to do it? What the hell's going on? Do we really care? She should get a new jacket. Perhaps with a collar and tie. That'd smarten her up. Oh, ladies, after years of, I've got a headache. I've got a stomach ache. Oh dear, I don't think I can tonight. You've gone on the attack. And you don't like sickly men. Crying out loud. Well, I better stop moaning about me disabilities and me hemorrhoids. I might be losing face or something anyway. Well, and then you see these two priceless heroes. We've got Sid Red. He's been sacked by BA. He has his hair in a bun. Well, it's not sickly. It looks like he's got a bit of wash and go going on. But he's been sacked. Breaks your heart, doesn't it? And then what do we get? We get Peter Farrer. He's suing his university employers because his female boss shouted at him. And that's discrimination. Well, I've always preferred a bit of female screaming, really, but anyway, perhaps that's another story. But anyway, he was shouted at. Your heart bleeds, doesn't it? Bloody hell. I'm going to have to go. I can smell my lamb casserole cooking. God, if I go on like this, I'm going to have to wear my hair in a bun. I get shouted at already, so it wouldn't be a big change, would it? I do the cooking, actually, because if you saw the other option, I wouldn't look this superb physical specimen. Anyway, onwards and upwards with the cooking. I think I'll have a can of cider from the fridge. Pluck up a bit of courage for beloved coming home. Going through a bit of Attila the Hun phase at the moment, but coping very well, really. Anyway, that's it. Night all.